Greetings everyone, Rakamdar here. Welcome to the channel. Today bringing another Legends of Runeterra video. Today's video I'm going to be returning a little bit to form, as I was finally able to find some time in which I was able to get some gameplay recorded and an introduction recorded and edit them together in a nice fashion. This type of video does take a lot more time to produce and render, so this isn't something that I can do for every Runeterra video. However, it's something I wasn't able to do at all in the past few weeks due to real life events. So I'm really happy to sit down with you guys, share a new deck with you guys, and hopefully get some higher quality gameplay and more exciting gameplay for you. So without further ado, let's jump straight into things. We're going to have to close this beautiful artwork and go take a look at the deck. I'm really sorry. I know this artwork's amazing and it's gorgeous, but you have to see the cards. So the deck that we will be sharing, or that I will be sharing with you guys today, is the mighty Ashe. With threats looming on the horizon, Ashe had to reluctantly ask the Noxus Empire for assistance to overcome her adversaries. And as my Shunibyo introduction states, we're playing Ashe. This is a spin on the Ashe Midrange deck that relies more on some of the overwhelming Noxus units to kind of make up for some of the weaknesses of the deck. So one of the main weaknesses, I want to talk about that real quickly. One of the main weaknesses the Ashe deck had, especially before, was a reliance on Ashe herself. Now this is kind of normal if you have a, champion-centered deck, but many of the good champion-centered decks do have alternate win conditions if they don't draw their champion. And this deck didn't necessarily have that. The main goal of the deck was to kind of beat down your opponent with all of your giant units. This deck does a really fantastic job of creating high attack, high health point units that can take a beating while also dishing out quite a lot of damage. And you'll notice that we are actually missing one of those key components, the Avarosan Hearthguard. This card is still really solid and still up for debate on whether or not it should be included, especially nowadays. This deck did kind of take advantage of the faster metagame in the previous patch, but with the new balance changes, some of the aspects of this deck might be worth tweaking now that the game has slowed down a bit. But again, the Hearthguard was a little bit slower, and while it had a ton of synergy with the other cards in the deck, especially the Trifarian Assessor, it didn't really do much else other than just kind of make your deck a little bit beefier. And the problem here is that many of the cards in your deck can simply just be chump blocked. Like, you have the Avarosan Trapper, he's a 3/3, well, your opponent can put anything in front of him to block him. And the Yeti that he summons, or adds to your deck, even though he's a great 5/5 unit, that's still a unit that your opponent can just throw anything in front of, a Spiderling, and that gets easily blocked out. While this can lead to situations where your opponent runs out of units to block you, which is one of the main ways the Ashe deck won in the past, it does pose problems for decks that are good at doing that, good at swarming, or good at stalling in general, such as the Ezreal decks going around. We did run into a couple of those that were somewhat problematic. And so this deck does aim to eliminate some of those problems by adding Overwhelm to the lineup. In the past, the way to get rid of the ability for your opponent to chump block was to simply play Ashe, and this is where that reliance on Ashe I described kind of comes into play. In order to get rid of them, you have to have them frostbitten with a leveled up Ashe on the field so that they can't block, which is a fantastic way to close out a game. But that means you have to draw Ashe to close out a game. And while you didn't always have to, it was the primary way to finish stuff off. And so now, that's not necessarily the case. We do have Kato the Arm now, which is a fantastic card. Every time I play Kato, I do fall in love with him even more. I don't know if maybe it's that mesmerizing chest, or maybe that mesmerizing face. Kato the Arm does give Overwhelm to a lot of our units that have already high attack, so he is a fantastic inclusion, and I love his inclusion in general. And then we also have a couple of other endgame finishers in Sejuani, and the mighty Captain Farron. When this card is summoned, he creates 3 decimates in your hand. This was a change that they made somewhat recently. It used to just kind of replace your hand with decimates, which obviously was kind of trash. But now he just gives you 3 of them, and this is a good way to close out the game with some face damage after you've already kind of beat down your opponent. You know, your opponent finally deals with most of your units. They think that they've stabilized and able to mount the comeback, and then you drop the mighty Captain Farron and throw a decimate straight to their face, just finishing them off, crushing their hopes and dreams. So that's pretty much the deck. We run pretty much all of the other standard stuff, Calling Strike. We have a couple of the early Frostbite, Elixir of Iron combos, and of course a couple of Harsh Winds. We are playing Ashe after all. So it's a really fun deck, and really tries to mitigate some of those weaknesses that the Ashe deck had in the past. I do think that this deck is up for revision though, now that the meta has shifted. I'm not quite sure if maybe the Avros and Hearthguard is worth including again. Maybe we can drop some of the Calling Strikes in favor of other cards now that there's not as many threats with lower HP, though with Ezreal and stuff still around, it's probably okay to keep. But yeah, I think this deck is fun. I can't wait to see if anybody does something new with it in the future. But for now, this is what we have, and I am glad to share it with you. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, I would very much appreciate it if you could leave a like down below. The YouTube algorithm likes when you press its buttons, so go ahead and press those buttons. And if you enjoy Legends of Runeterra content, or card game content in general, as that is the channel forte, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon. I upload videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and sign off of here. Let me know below if you guys tried this deck out, if you have any suggestions for some revision. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy the gameplay, and I'll see you in the next one. Later. Garen Shen. That's a little spicy. I think I'll keep the Calling Strike for early Demacia units. Oh, hello. You are the greatest top deck I've ever seen. When I'm summoned, grant the top 2 allies 1/1.
I am one with the land.
Ooh. Damn. That sucks. I don't think I want that trade. Hello?
Vine and wisp, steady my hand.
I think we'll just pass here. We'll drop the Trifarian here. Do I want to develop into further stuff, or do I want to go for... He's got 5 mana. She gets 2 every time she gets a barrier. I don't think you can give enough barriers with 5 mana to block us. Give him the... I wish there was more emote slots. I really like so many emotes. I wish you could like right click to pick a new emote while in game or something like that. Take the 6. He does. Tell him, yip. Oh man.
These woods protect their own.
Use the mobilize. I'm scared. He's got 2 of these now. So we'll be able to... I think we'll play the Trapper here, unless he plays something significant to make the Archer a viable tool. I think that makes the Archer a viable tool.
Winter take you.
That's certainly a great way to use the Archer. And we can play... I might even go for the Calling Strike now.
Time to get rowdy.
Okay. Okay. So like, with 3 or less power. So I think we can kill one of these while we're able to early on. Because otherwise these are going to ramp too hard. So I don't think with 3 mana he has the ability to save it. Because he's only going to be able to go up to +3, or to 3/2, and that'll still die. So. Oh. That's fine. Kinda sucks, but that's fine. I'd like to see... you're kind of okay. I think that's actually a good... I think that's good. Let's drop the Trapper and see if he plays a big unit at 5. Because we can, like, if he plays Shen, we can use the Glory Seeker. Or Garen.
Victory requires a short
Let's
blade.
go.
I'll cut your mind.
I'm through waiting. How you doing?
Remember me.
Beamer.
Alright. I'm running a little bit out of steam here. That's perfect. That is perfect. Oh, we had another one. God damn. I think we hold the... I think we go for Harsh Winds here. He might actually let me pass here.
Charge!
He has to strike twice, so we can just do this.
Tread carefully.
And this works out nicely because we do have the Ashe. So we could finish this off here. So that doesn't count towards the towards level up, which is nice. All right. Oh boy. There's actually kind of... We don't have enough mana for Ashe and Harsh Winds. So that's kind of sucks. My opponent doesn't have a ton of synergy for his barriers at the moment, so I feel pretty safe. There's the Yeti. So we got 7, we have 8 mana. So we have enough to play all of our units here.
It can't be.
So if he holds mana, there's a decent chance he's got a Judgment. Pretty decent chance he has the Judgment.
My shield is yours.
Okay. think we'll just go ahead and play Triparian. I'd really like to get my draw engine going. We have a lot of cards in our hand. That barrier does kind of stuff us a bit.
I am one with the land.
One with the land. This kind of suck. We could take advantage of the crystal arrow. Let me make sure. I don't remember what it does. It's been I haven't played as much Ashe as I have other champions. So anything with 3 or less health. Okay. So yeah, we do want to. I think it's okay to play these and level up Ashe. Okay. So it's basically a brittle steel, an AoE brittle steel. And we can target the Garen so that he can't do anything. I'm cool with that.
All the world on one arrow.
And we're just going to respond to
Who would trespass here?
it's a lot of damage. So I think what we'll do is we will chump block and threaten Garen. Okay. There we go.
My aim is true.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm liking it. Because we can get his entire board to be unblockable. If he has single combat, we brittle steel the non-Garen unit. Because he can't really, obviously he can't single combat with Garen. His only real answer here is to draw single combat or something that can kill Ashe. So here we go. And that will frostbite his whole field. Crystal arrow. I launch it at your strongest units, frostbiting all of your other weaker units as well.
Let
GG.
fly.
And we drew the culling strike as well to make everything work out. Well, let's go. GG.
A new Freljord will rise.
We got Draven Israel, Ashen Daddy. Oh man. This will be kind of interesting. And I think I want to keep this curve. Because we do have the Kato into Reckless, which I think this is a really fantastic combination. Because Reckless can't block, it really puts a lot of pressure on our opponent. Offensively. Oh, he's got the fox thing. I need to remember to go change some of my cosmetics. I got some of the new stuffs. I didn't get the new board yet because it's pretty expensive. And I haven't decided if I want to put more money into the game. I already bought the Spirit Pass. Alright, so we got the Glory Seeker as well. I mean, it's 3 mana, so I think I'm actually okay doing this. I'm actually not okay doing this. I should not have done this. This is a misplay. Oh. What? Who does that? Onto this? Oh, he's going to use a thermo beam. Okay. I see what he's gonna do. Alright. Yeah, I should have waited. I should have waited. Yeah. For some reason I thought I had an extra mana to play the elixir. That was just a misplay. Oh well. Forced out 2 pretty powerful cards. Now he can't thermo this, so he doesn't really have any answers to it.
Don't blink or you'll miss me.
Let's see if he actually blocks the Ezreal. Alright. We do have the Reckoning. Brittle Steel. I like that draw. That is pretty powerful.
Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
Oops. Knocked my headphones out. I'd really like to see some more units. Yeah, I thought so. So we're gonna get a lot of value out of this next swing. Hello. Hello. I think this is the best way to go though. And then now he feels safe to like Mystic Shot and we just play another Elixir of Iron. Yeah. So. Get excited. Another second Mystic Shot. Get excited. Let's go. But he's really low on cards here. We go in for another 5 damage. Yeah, we slightly misplayed earlier on with our 2-drop, but we are putting on the pressure. Bro Steel. Oh. I feel like Yami Yugi right now. If I need the card, I will it to the top of my deck. Yu-Gi-Oh! The heart of the cards is always in my favor. This is a tough call because if he used 2 thermos. There's no way he has another one. For 6 mana. He does have the... He does have it, so...
I think not.
I'm gonna force it out of him. Really would like that card that gives me a bunch of draws. Static Shock. Alright. So this will give him the ability to play Get Excited onto one of my units. Oh, hold. Sejuani, Sejuani, Sejuani! It's almost like I can will letting color to the top of my deck. Now the question is, do I go for the Reckoning? I don't really want to open attack here.
Carved from the savage cold.
He could easily... Like, the thing is, against these types of decks, because most of their options are fast speed, you oftentimes don't want to open attack. Because, as you might notice, he will have the answer. Yeah. That kind of sucks. But is what it is.
Check me out.
So the Ezreal shall level up.
Stand and fight.
And for this. Unfortunately, Ravenous Flock is going to crush us. Alright, does he have the no draw yet? Okay. So we do have the Reckoning. We have the second Ashe if we need to.
It's Draven time.
I think we just do this. He can save his Chump Wump and that's it.
Time for the moneymakers.
Yep, there we go. GG. Oh boy.
War is over. Now
That was
we
like the
rebuild.
most Yu-Gi-Oh game I've ever played. Literally every time I needed something to come to the top of my deck, I just will it. The Pharaoh's power is with me, as is the heart of the cards. Nautilus Deep. This is certainly a pretty tough matchup for this. Certainly a tough matchup. I don't have the Braum emote, so you can have the Vlad one. Alright. There is our Assessor. That will come in handy for sure. I'm tempted to actually kill that. Like what? Okay, so what are the options for killing Culling Strike? Because if by some chance he plays Nautilus early, that's an option without any backup. Maokai, yeah, I guess that's true. Save it for Maokai. And we can even play, like, combine it with Ice Veil, so I suppose this is probably a better play overall.
Nothing can stop me.
Let's see what our opponent answers with. Fair enough. Question is, does he actually?
Noxus!
He's gonna go for the direct damage and use that to lifesteal. Yep. And I think I will go ahead and play the Ashe.
I will unite the Freljord.
And he plays the Thorny Toad. And we will pass. Now do I want to open attack here? 5 mana. He has a lot of tools. Vengeance included, so I actually think I want to go for another Reckless. Either go for another Reckless or for the Trifarian. Do I need more cards? I don't really think so. So I think just going for Brute Force could be the answer. If he wants to Vengeance. I think that's what I'm doing. This makes his Vengeance play a lot worse. I feel like if you have Vengeance here, you go for it, right? You go for it.
Cut him down.
Alright, so that will certainly kind of suck. See what he goes for. If he plays the Maokai, I believe we should just Calling Strike. Ooh, I might actually Calling Strike that. That's a pretty scary card. And he doesn't have enough mana to save it at 3. Unless he has 3 Riptides. Or not Riptide, but the whatever the one that tosses 4. But that's really unlikely. So I think that's safe to go for. Do not want that to go off. How much is our 1 out of 5?
Stuff make happy.
And I'll go for this.
You own what you take.
This puts Ashe at 2 out of 5, which we can combo together. Okay. Oh, okay.
You fought well.
We have this follow-up Ashe here. Unfortunately, just slightly too little mana to make it work. Oh, okay, well, I guess that's one way to do it.
The Witcher's Claw triumphs!
Yeah, I would say that that's a moment where I would push for the game. So if he didn't have any answers, then probably a fair surrender on his part. Wow, this guy is trying to play all the champions. Does he have the board? It's so cool. I wish I could interact with his board. I might keep this hand. Drop the Sejuani. Maybe. Maybe. Actually, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. This is a greedy hand to keep, but I'm okay with that. Oh, I love seeing Kateso the arm. Oh, I can interact with his board too? That's so cool. I want it. I love it. Messing with the flowers.
Take from the rich, give to me.
Alright. I'll go ahead and bank the mana. Oh, you're lovely. Let's see if my opponent plays another Chempunk.
Smells like opportunity.
Block you. Play you. Gonna go for the thermo early. Fair enough. Question is, do I risk the Ashe? I don't think I should risk the Ashe.
Knocked and ready.
I think we'll do this. I wish I had the... yeah. That sucks.
Leaping into action.
Really wish I had a... the brittle steel was instead a elixir. But I'm okay with this.
Piltover Enforcer on the scene.
Alright. Okay. I want to play the Ashe now. We have this. We have a lot of tools to level up Ashe. So maybe we will.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Oh shit. I forgot that Vi has Challenger. What am I doing? Oh, I baited him though. The unintentional bait. He's like, does he have the mana to use his stuff? I have a lot of cards. I could just Frostbite your unit. So let's see here. If we play Sejuani, 6 mana and a lot of cards in hand. There's no way he doesn't have enough to respond to the Ashe. And we could... I think we just present multiple threats.
Pain is nothing.
I think we should just present multiple threats. So here he could Thermo Beam the Sejuani. Or he could kill the Ashe. I don't really think he can do much of either. Will of Ionia is an option, but it is a ton of mana now, so... Alright, so that's 4. Killing the Ashe. Chose that as the option.
Don't mind me.
Oh, the... Dang, Steel Tempest. That's rough. That is rough.
Into charms while claws take hold.
Oh, yay. We finally get to see Captain Farron in his full glory.
Show yourself.
Yasuo!
Hit 'em where it hurts.
I mean... Not gonna work.
Trouble coming at ya.
Pretty smart. I'll take the 3. Alright, Ezreal's pretty close to leveling. We're in a very not great spot. This is kind of risky. We just gotta hope he doesn't have a Thermo Beam. Or a Will of Ionia, that kind of sucks. Alright, let's pass? I think this might be it then.
I thought you'd never ask.
This might be it.
I tried being polite. Eat this! The dragon remembers.
My life for Avarosa.
Unfortunate circumstance that we have found ourselves into.
Coming to save the day.
I wonder if we can
Wreck it.
maybe make the comeback happen.
Save the homestead.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
I probably should have.
Nothing can stop me.
To go face. Oh no. Oh no. A lot of damage.
Charge!
What time is
I don't think we win. I think he has enough.
go time? Noxus!
Stand and fight!
Up top!
Yep. He just wins. There's no way he doesn't, especially with that. So, GG. The early Yasuo stun, honestly, the Steel Tempest.
Your end
No
is
way.
my duty.
No way. No way.
Bring it!
No way. No way. He doesn't have it? Doesn't have lethal. Forward to the enemy nexus. Alright. Oh. Why does he fool me like such?
Fire!
That's fine. GG. Yeah, we kind of lost out to that Yasuo stun. That was such a, that card actually, I think it's going to be low-key one of the best cards. The buff to Steel Tempest. Especially in a deck like that that wants to stall the game out. Playing against deep yet again. Alright. Oops, I not mean to do that. Totally should have got rid of this.
Get the trash! Eat the trash!
Well, I'm gonna take a little bit of chip damage here.
Where the trash?
I guess keeping the Calling Strike's not too bad for the potential Maokai or Thresh, but I don't want Harsh Winds. I do not want Harsh Winds at all. See what our opponent plays. There's the Thorny Toad. Kind of expected. Go ahead and keep the Calling Strike thing, or mana, in my back pocket.
I need just a moment.
Now we have our Elixir of Iron, so I think that's probably what we're going to do. See what he plays. Another Thorny Toad. Man, I don't like killing them, but I do think I need to get rid of the Thorny Toads.
All the world on one arrow.
We'll do this. If he uses Grasp, then we will Elixir of Iron.
As the arrow flies,
That's gonna target.
for glory. Face me.
No, no, no!
Well, there's one Grasp being tossed. That's pretty solid. TV feels confident enough to drop the Maokai. Does not seem to be the case. Either he doesn't have Maokai or he is playing it pretty smart. I think it's safe to just always keep the Harsh Winds mana. I think now we will play the... I'm not going to use Harsh Winds here.
Only the finest serve.
Drop this. The next turn we can play Sejuani. Try to go as wide as possible, generate a ton of threats. Before the storm. Or before the screams, or whatever the hell he just said. Go and drop the Calling Strike. Does he have an answer to this? This deck doesn't really have a ton of buffing and debuffing, so I don't think you can really answer the Calling Strike too well. If we get a Brittle Steel, that would be pretty OP, but it doesn't look to be the case. Our Heart of the Cards top deck powers are not going to apply here. Yeah, I think we just go for the Sejuani.
Is nothing.
Just go for the Sejuani. We have ourselves. Yep, there we go. So, bam.
Stand and fight.
I'll cut them apart. You're mine.
Let's see, what is our response going to be? Or, well, I guess what is his response going to be? And then, in turn, what will our response be? We only have one Elixir of Iron play, but...
Face me, coward!
he's not gonna drop anything curious. I should have done this first. That was a misplay, by the way. I didn't really think about it. I should have challenged the Toad first. That way I was able to proc the Toad. Well, now this Toad's not going to die, so that's actually not too bad.
Remember me.
That's actually not too bad. Alright. So we got Ashe. Harsh Winds will level up Ashe.
These isles will be cleansed.
Guide our
Let's drop the Omen Hawk here. We should be able to win on another attack, right? Yeah, we should be able to win on another attack. But just to be safe, because he does have... he could have Grasp in his hand. So we're gonna do this. And this should be GG.
Avarosa, guide me! Ride onward!
And that'll make that unit unblockable. And we just win from here. Grasp of the Undying gets countered by our last Elixir of Iron. Damn, he's playing a bunch of cards. What'll it be? Is that gonna be enough? Withering Wail. Vile Feast. Riptide. Nope. GG. Mwahaha. I present Elixir of Iron, giving my unit the strength and resolve to survive this attack.